Hello and welcome to the BL Week in Review, where we talk about all things BL.
Hi, friends. We will start with some tea / what was trending last week. We will go into what series started, what series ended, and then we'll wrap it up with our spoiler section, which today will include My Romance Scammer and Love You Teacher. So if you want to talk a little bit more about those, stay till the end.
I am your host, Beth Songbird.
And I'm your host, Beth.
Also, before we get going, don't forget to hit the like button for this live. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and join our live chat. Everybody's super friendly, super nice, and loves chatting. So,
yes.
Everyone loves a little tea, Beth. Take it away.
All right. So last week, this is actually from today. But this is Titi from Dumandi and Pooh from Pooh Pavel with Change. Everyone on the internet has said that they look so alike. And so finally, maybe they've met before, but finally they did an event together today and they did all the content for everyone. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, the puppy twins, they're hanging out. And so they're adorable. Yeah, everyone was excited that they were together today.
Very cute.
Very cute. Oh my gosh. So this one is so interesting. So this is actually a clip that went a little viral because William and Est, this is a woman who, is using a walker to move around, and William and Est came off stage in New York City and took a picture with her, and they were so sweet. And the video went a little viral. And actually, that is my friend. So I was like, hey, you are famous. But
very cool.
It was so cute and so sweet of them to do. And, just to go along with this, what happened last week was we had Pon Puin and William Est Fan Day in New York City. And also this last weekend, we had all the fan days and the Lycan concert in LA as well. So yes. We've had all the US fan meets that have happened. They were amazing. I went to the Lycan one in New York City personally. It was really fun and crazy. And yeah, I think they all had a really good time in the US. They said they really loved our energy. As we know, people in the US love to scream. So
we do
love to scream and sing along and jump and all those things. So they really enjoyed that. And it was
all the clips I saw from LA also seemed like it really went well. It seemed like one thing that I saw everywhere was William calling him and Est a couple, which I don't know if he entirely meant to say it that way, but it came out that way.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe that was just the English word he chose.
Right.
We don't know. William also bought a guitar in LA on a whim, of course, because it's William. He was like, I just tried it out in the store and it sounded awesome, so I bought it. I was like, how are you going to get that home? But okay.
Well, and then he said, no, that Est bought said guitar, not him.
Oh.
Yeah, wow. And then called Est a sugar daddy. That happened too.
Oh, mess. So they're so funny. I can't.
Williams particularly and I don't know how much is teasing, how much is real, but man, he enjoys it. So that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yes, they're enjoying themselves.
Ooh, this is another one that's kind of got a huge chunk of views on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is not quite BL, but because it has a BL actor in the video, I decided to include it because it's hilarious. So this woman is Millie. She is a pretty famous and well-known Thai singer and rapper. Mm-hmm. And if you can see behind her, it's Leon from Gel Boys. So they were sitting, I don't know if they know each other. I'm assuming that they do, but they were sitting next to each other at the Bilkin concert. And they did this cute little fan cam where it's like, oh, the point of view for this fan cam is that you're so happy you can do 60 somersaults. So of course, Millie, being crazy, did a cartwheel in front of Leon and almost hit him in the face. And so that happened, and it was totally all over the internet. And Millie's just ridiculous, and I can't. Also, just aside, I didn't add this in, but because it involves Millie, I just want to say it. So Millie is currently on the show called Show Me the Money in Korea, which is a artist survival competition show for rapping. And she's like doing so well on the show. And Jungkook from BTS did the dance challenge that's to her part of the song that they just put out, like from the episode recently, and she freaked out. So that's also all over social media because she has been a BTS fan for like 8 years now, and she's like,
That
"Oh
is
my god, he danced to my song!" Like that's literally a person's dream. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I'm so happy. Oh, okay.
So lucky.
I can't with this video. It just keeps going. I'm like,
I mean, I have it on, it's on repeat. What can you say? Oh, this is fun. I'm excited.
yes. So just coming off of Lycan's, you know, because they postponed these shows, they announced all the dates for the US tour for Lycan in August. So they are coming to New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, and LA again. And I'm so excited.
Yes.
They are literally going to be at the Palladium in New York City, which if anyone knows, that venue is huge. I think it's almost about 2,000 people. And so I think even all the rest of the venues are really big. So I'm so excited for them. I can't wait. I think that they're hopefully going to sell out everywhere. Although, I don't know, people in the US have been spending a lot of money on these fan meets lately. So but I think
it's true. But this one, I don't know. Like even the San Francisco venue, that'll get more people, different people than the LA venue. Like that's close enough to me that I can make that a day trip.
exactly. And I think especially the Chicago one's going to be really important because they've never gone anywhere in the middle of the US before. So a lot of our Midwestern friends are going to be able to go. So I think that they're going to get a really good turnout. So yay.
And all I can say is that the San Francisco venue is really beautiful. Like,
oh, great. Okay.
It's crazy. That venue is really pretty on the outside.
Oh, well, that's
fun to watch. So show up early and walk the grounds before going to the concert.
Okay.
All right. It's the only one I've been to, so that's the only one I can say anything about.
Sure. And this, so, okay, I just pulled one of the photos. Obviously there's like a poster for each individual couple, but I love Santa, and that was the one that came up on my feed. So there you go. But LOL was announced from GMMTV. I was really curious to see like how they were going to do it this year because there's so many new couples, but it seems like they basically kept it the same lineup, except obviously Winnie and Satang are not in it anymore, and they added Joss and Gawin. And I believe that's it. Songbird, do you know if there were any other differences on the lineup? I think it's the same. I think
maybe they just did a replacement. Oh, I wasn't paying close enough attention, and now I'm embarrassed.
No, that's okay. I mean, I literally looked at the list and then just didn't write it down. So, but I'm pretty sure it's the same except for Joss and Gawin. Like they didn't add Boom. They didn't add Keen. They didn't add.
People were upset about that, and I make a note that I've been telling people like when they're like, "Oh, I'm upset about that." I'm just like, well, I think it's their choice at the end of the day, and maybe they weren't ready to do that with each other yet, or something like that. Well, also, Boom doesn't like being on stage. But yeah, people were genuinely upset about and Boom not being on that lineup.
Yeah, it was a point where I was upset as well, honestly. But I did do some more thinking about it, and these concerts are usually set up a lot in advance. And if we remember, like last year, and Boom were starting to finally get like fans and I don't remember exactly when Sari, their mascot, was born, but I think it was sometime last year. And so it's very possible that they set up the lineup for LOL as it was and didn't know or didn't realize that and Boom would rise in popularity so quickly. And so I think that maybe they would have wanted to include them at this point because they're like, oh my gosh, they're actually getting so much, popularity and fans from Only Friends and all this other stuff, but maybe they couldn't do it because it had already been set. So that's my theory for now. It's also possible that maybe they'll get their own fan con, and then maybe they'll do some other sort of concert. Because I'm curious to see if they're going to do like a mini LOL with like all the new couples, or some sort of other LOL, like with Keen and Surf Java and Luke Mick and Shogun Aston. Like I wonder if they're going to do like a young LOL. I don't know what to call it, but
If they do
Yeah.
that though, but then add ooh boom, they would be like the older ones out of they'd be like a little fish out of water vibe maybe because they're so much older than everybody.
That's true. But then they could maybe add like Great Bright or
Oh,
like
true.
who else is I feel like who else is a pairing that's newer that's older? Or like Pod Pepang maybe, you know? So
Yeah.
I don't know. These are just thoughts and ideas. We'll see what happens, but
Well, I mean, really, they only had one. Maybe they're trying to keep the lineup for LOL at that maximum couple count, and they only had one spot freed up because of Winnie and Satang's falling out.
yeah, that's also possible
So.
because it's already way too many artists, to be honest.
Oh.
Like last year was chaos. Like
Oh my gosh, that was so long.
We had numbers with like 12 people on stage or 16 people on stage. And I was just like, I can't even watch everyone because the camera hits everybody for 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So,
I
anyways,
mean,
LOL.
at least they're doing it 3 days. That it's not just one day. They're doing all this prep. At least they get 3 tries at the performance. So that's cool.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, so there it is. LOL, our final little piece of tea for the day.
Yes. And Katie says, LOL is always fun. I'll probably buy a live stream ticket. Yes, me as well. I will definitely be watching live stream. I'll probably buy all 3 days just because you never know like what's going to be different each day. Or it's always fun to watch like day one always has like everyone is really on point, but you could tell they're nervous. And then day 2 is always like everyone just lets go and does whatever they want because they're like, it's the last day. So it's really fun to watch the differences of the energies. It's the same song for a lot of people, but it feels different because they give a different energy. So yeah.
Very true. It's always hard to pick which days. Like the first day is going to be super high energy, but there might be some mistakes. The third day, I normally go for the final day because that's the day when it's most together and there's still a lot of energy because it's the final performance. So I tend to go for the last day. But yeah, I'll probably only buy one day.
I mean, also the last day always has the most moving like talks to each other, like the partners when they do the thank yous at the end.
Oh, that's true.
I feel like the first day they're always like, oh, thank you, but it's always really short. And then the last day is when they really go into it and everyone cries. And I'm sure like, first thing out, are gonna cry. And
of course, Earth and Mick are. The unfortunate part is by the time they get around to that particular part, I'm so tired that the tide just streams over my head and I can no longer follow it anymore.
That's why you have to watch the rerun because then you can like stop and start.
That's true. And also you can go to X later, everybody, and get all the translations. All the fandoms do a really good job of translating these major events and all the heartfelt wishes, to be honest. That's like their favorite part to translate.
Yes, very true.
Okay. So we don't have a lot coming soon this week, everybody, that I'm aware of. Obviously, sometimes things drop out of the blue like they did last week, which we'll talk about in the premiere side of things. But we do have, I know I mentioned Contrast last week as only being released in Japan. Well, Gaga did announce that it is coming to getting an international release this week. So it is starting on Friday, March 20th. And we don't actually have a lot of high school series running right now. So it'll be nice to have a little high school series going. All cute. And that's it. That's all there is for the coming soon this week. Wait, did I go through next Tuesday? All right, let me double check. But we can move forward as we double check.
All right. So as Songbird double checks that, now we are on to our episode 1s that came out. So the first one is Never Forget Your Enemy, which actually came out today. It's airing on, I believe it might be Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but it's at least on Tuesdays today. But it's from South Korea. It's going to be on WeTV/Tencent. It's romance drama with a little bit of like memory loss. So basically the premise is that one main character gets in an accident and he wakes up and he has forgotten 10 years of his memory. So in his memory, he's 19, but he's actually 29. And then the other main character comes in and he's like, oh, we've actually been dating for 7 years. And the one that forgot his memory was like, that can't be true because we're enemies. Because so when they were kids, basically the two guys were sort of frenemies. They were like friends, but they fought and they kind of competed with each other and things like that. And so right before his last current memory is like, oh, I decided I wasn't going to be friends with you, and then you wanted to talk to me, and then I got hit by a car. So he only remembers up to when he got hit by a car when he was 19, and then he got in an accident in the current present time and went back there. So it'll be interesting to see like how I always enjoy the storyline of like making them fall in love with you again sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it does seem like there's some other details and nuances and something that the one main character doesn't want him to remember sort of thing. So I don't know. It'll be cool, but it was really well done. It was like well shot. The script was really good. It was really intense for the first episode, and I was impressed. I think this one might be better binge though. I never say that, but honestly, because of the memory loss and because of the way it's going to like build up, I feel like it might be really frustrating every week to wait. So it might be better binged. I don't know.
That is fair. I could see it actually being better binged. I know I watched episode 1, and yeah, I agree. It was really well put together. I was impressed. I'm like, bravo YYDS, right? In conjunction with WeTV. So we have 2 Thai production companies producing a KBL, which in and of itself is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then the cinematography and production quality and script are up to like some of the excellent Thai series we watch. Except, this one's in Korean and has Korean themes too. I feel like it felt very Korean too.
It did, definitely.
Other than like the quality boost.
Yeah.
Was pretty cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that. But yeah, binge it maybe. I could see that. I might watch it week to week just because it's so long. But
fair. That's fair.
What do we got going on in the comments?
Also says, for me, it was too similar to other works in the same subgenre, especially the Taiwanese ones. Okay, I'm trying to remember the last memory loss. Well, obviously, we're dealing with Love You Teacher, which is memory loss, sort of.
Sort of. Not entirely in the same vein, though. That one feels very different.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember the other memory loss ones. I know that obviously there have been other memory loss BLs, but I guess maybe because I don't remember there being one recently, maybe I wasn't comparing them as much. But if you have a better memory than I do, then maybe they're all stuck in your head and you can compare them all.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. So, Songbird, what's next?
Oh yeah, it's my turn, isn't it? Okay, so next we've got Sammy's Children's Day, which is the surprise drop last week. There was like coming soon from Gaga at the beginning of the week when we were chatting. So I didn't know what coming soon meant. So obviously it wasn't on our list. And then by Friday, it was like, surprise! Everything dropped at once. So Sammy's Children's Day is in Cantonese. So it's set in Hong Kong. I do not know if they actually filmed it in Hong Kong, but that's the setting. So that's the country I'm saying it's from. And then the platform is Gaga Ulala. It's on Viki. I believe also it might be on a YouTube channel as well behind a paywall. Not positive about that. I inserted gang as one of the genres. I didn't really, because it's not really mafia, but it's got a mafia vibe to it. So I used gang instead of mafia because mafia is a genre. And then drama and then romance. And guys, heavy on the gang / mafia genre. Like it is ugly. and violent and like, yeah, ugly and violent. Okay, so the premise is simple though. A man asks a college finance student to write a movie script for him. Yes, you heard that right. This kid is in finance and he's been asked to write a movie script. And of course, it's a gang boss, so he doesn't really have much of an option to say no, precisely. Um, and like for me, like my main thought is the violence and the darkness. Like you really do have to have kind of a tough stomach for this one. Some of it was a little hard to swallow. There were some comedic moments which I found interesting that didn't really quite balance out the darkness, but maybe it will later. But yeah, this had a really, really dark, violent start for sure. However, it's unique, I think, in a lot of ways. Do you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I definitely agree. She was violent. I got a little squeamish. There was a scene where I was like, nothing happened, obviously, but like I almost was like, ooh, I'm almost feeling a little sick right now because it was just, yeah, very violent, very open with it. I did see some people commenting that they were like, oh, I thought it was funny. So maybe if you're one of those people who like you don't really feel like on-screen violence is real and you just think it's kind of funny sort of thing, like then you'd be fine. But I guess for me, I just kind of believed it. I was in the moment. And so I was like, but I definitely think it's unique. I definitely think it's different from what we've seen. It's also interesting that it's in Cantonese. It does have dubs. So, and it looks like potentially some of the actors were speaking in Mandarin and then were dubbed over with Cantonese. So it's not going to match their mouths necessarily. So if that bothers you, you might not be able to get through it. But if you can get past that, then I thought I actually thought that acting was decent. I thought that it feels to me very much like a live action anime, like the way that they
filmed. You know what? Yeah, that's true. It does feel that. You said that, I was like, oh my goodness, you're so right. Absolutely.
Right? Like the way they use the camera angles in certain ways and the way the characters are standing, like I almost felt like I was watching like parts of a graphic novel, but like in film form, like here's a frame and here's a frame and here's like, here's gonna, the little clips of the animation. So it was definitely interesting. I think if you can handle the violence, and I'm assuming there's probably not going to be that much romance to it, then I think you'll like it. It might be rough to binge though. I would maybe watch this week to week unless you just really like violence.
That's true. This is one of those that you take it in small doses, might be better.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, going back, also, for Never Forget Your Enemy, also says, for me, it was more about the enemies to lovers than memory loss. That's fair. We have had a lot of enemies to lovers, I feel like recently, so that's totally fair.
Very true.
Katie says, I'm interested to see, I'm assuming this one is about this current one. I'm interested to see how main dude changes after the events in the first 2 episodes. He'll have to mature a bit more. Yes, I agree.
Main dude being the kid or main dude being the gang boss?
I'm not sure. Katie, which main dude are we talking about? There are a couple main dudes.
And both of them have immature qualities, I feel like. So
that's
I
true.
don't know.
True. Okay.
All right, anyway.
All right, so the next one we have is Sweet Blood. This one is airing on Fridays. It's from South Korea. It's actually one of the short ones that's going to be on the Love Memory YouTube channel. It is fantasy, vampire, romance, drama. But I was really impressed with this one because, we're all pretty familiar with the production quality of these short South Korean shows. And this one felt like it had a budget. This one felt like I don't want to say real BL, but it felt like a higher production quality BL. I was really surprised, even with some of the CGI effects they used. I was like, oh wow, like this looks really good. And it was also really intriguing, like the way the first episode ended. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? And yeah, I would highly recommend this one. Maybe it would be good as a binge because it's a shorter one, but I think I'm gonna watch it week to week because I felt like it was, yeah, it was just really well done. It also, one of the main actors he was the main actor in St. Lawrence Academy. He was one of the main actors in oh my gosh, what was the name of it? He's been in a few of these other South Korean shorts on YouTube, and so it's kind of fun to see a familiar face. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I would agree. It was interesting setup, and there was a really fun twist at the end of the first episode. That I was like, huh, they took that a different direction. So for me, as usual with these little guys, I'm always a binger. But I will be binging this one because it does look fun. Just in case you weren't aware, it's titled Sweet Blood, so the title kind of makes it obvious. It is a vampire BL, and we love those, right?
Yes,
I don't know.
I love that. I love that now Korea is picking it up. Although I guess there was that other vampire BL earlier this year, which I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. But it's fun that we're getting another one.
Absolutely. Oh no, there hasn't been one this year yet. Must be talking about last year.
Am I talking about last year? Oh, probably last year. I forget.
Like the end of last year. It's like November or something.
I forget that it's like 2026 now.
All right. So Katie was talking about the gang boss, everybody. So that means that, yes, his maturity level is rather low. And the events that happen to him are going to cause a drastic shift to his personality, almost positive, because we witnessed like a key life event that will forever alter you. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens to him.
Yeah. Oh man. Also says Sweet Blood surprised me with their production quality compared to the previous ones. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was also impressed. So, maybe they're doing well and they got like a good sponsor or something for this one. But yeah, I was very impressed.
And this one's 8 episodes, so it's going to be 80 minutes. It'll be a movie length. It'll be long enough to really probably have a plot line going. So that'll be fun too.
Yeah.
Not just, not a short story plot, but more of a substantial plot.
Exactly.
Very cool. Okay, our final opener for the week is, for me, the highlight of the week. And that is Love You Teacher. I know that we've been anticipating it. Beth and I have been, basically since it was announced. And I mean, I knew it was going to be pretty fantastic just because of what Santa and Perth brought to Perfect Headliners when that aired last year. Their subplot was really spectacularly done. So high expectations for this. It is a Thai BL airing on Saturdays, and guys, no panicking. It is on Viki in most places. Like I said, I put out that it was on Viki in the US, and then people were like, it's on Viki in the UK. It's on Viki in Australia. It is on Viki, everybody. So if you want to watch it legally, that's where to find it. It seems to be available most places there, which is kind of an interesting place to find an airing series. Normally, Viki is like the archive source. You go there to find shows that have been out for a while with really high quality subs. So it's really fun to have a current one with really high quality subs, because that is Viki for you. They do a great job with their subtitles. And all of those guys are volunteers. So if you know one, thank them. Okay, so Love You Teacher is romance comedy drama. And yes, it is. There's an extensive amount of comedy in episode 1. Premise is like 2 college sweethearts. They take on teaching jobs. One because they want to be a teacher, the other because they're following their boyfriend, almost positive. He doesn't like teaching at all. And then the one who loves teaching gets hit in the head. And when he wakes up, he's no longer an adult, but rather the 7-year-old version of himself. So that's the essential premise to this show. It seems like it was very tastefully executed, I thought, with lots of panic and appropriate reactions to such a situation. I absolutely adored the setup, and I liked all the little flashbacks to their meeting in college. I thought that was really cute. And Sammy is fantastic. And those costumes, like all the color, they really decided to. I think it feels like your ideal young elementary school. That is definitely not the way my elementary school was when I was a kid. But super colorful, super bright. Everybody seems to really, other than our main character, Paul Meck, everybody seems to really adore what they do. And like the comedic timing was excellent, I thought. Yeah. Everything about that first episode, the editing, the timing, yeah, all of it was really well done.
Everything was so good. I will get more into this in the spoiler section, but yeah, honestly, highly recommend. The posts on X got to 3 million just for the first episode, which is kind of crazy. I saw somewhere that that's a record for the first EP from GMMTV, but like, just yeah, they're acting, the way they handled this topic. I'm just so excited for the rest of the episodes. I think that you can tell if you've been following the director Dome on X at all, when he's been talking about this show, you can tell that he's put his heart and soul into it. And I think that we're in for a really good one. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, Katie, I also saw the many complaints that it wasn't on YouTube. Every single time a series isn't on YouTube from GMMTV, I think we're gonna get the complaints from the fans. But like you're saying, GMMTV is wanting to make money, and these streaming platforms are where the money is, not on YouTube. Everybody, streaming is where the money is, not on YouTube. You want this channel to survive and keep going, right? Go pay for the streaming platform. Watch it legally. Let's do this. Let's support these people. Yes, this one's unusual, but there are some other really great shows on Viki. So you could, like, I don't know, wait till it's bingeable and like watch all of it at once, and then binge a whole bunch of others while you're on there, and just get 1 month subscription.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think, everyone got used to everything being on YouTube, because obviously when BL was smaller, they wanted to put stuff on YouTube for exposure. But now, I mean, GMMTV does not need any more exposure. So they're like, well, let's, start making some more money off of these things. And also, with some of these platforms, they do get a little, like, I mean, obviously maybe with IGE, like some other countries might get it. And I feel like if it's on Netflix, a lot of people are exposed to it as well. So I think that it's really in their best interest to start using all of these apps. So hopefully, like there's always going to be complaints, because that's what people got used to. But, I think that's probably what we're going to see moving forward with a lot of the bigger companies, is moving off. Well, granted, I feel like almost all the bigger companies have already moved off of YouTube except for GMM. But now GMM is moving, because Change doesn't put theirs on YouTube. Do&D has only puts like EP1 on YouTube now, and GMM's like the other big production house. So I think they're just following the wave.
And I'm going to throw this out here, and I don't know if maybe it's just me. But when you hear some things on YouTube, there's a little stigma. It's like, do it yourself, do it home. The quality. Oh, it's on YouTube. The quality is probably not that great. Like, just from hearing it's on YouTube. You've never tried it before. You're just like, oh, that's on YouTube. How good could it be at the end of the day? So just the fact that it's on they're on major streaming platforms makes it more like legitimate quality, just in people's heads, I think, who have never seen it before, even though that's like far from the truth.
Yeah, that's a good point, because a lot of people who aren't from the world and don't really know how BL started and things like that, it's like, it does have that stigma of like, oh, if it's on YouTube, it's low production quality, because anyone can upload things on YouTube, and Absolutely. So yeah, to have a streaming app actually buy your stuff, it doesn't mean that everything on the streaming app is amazing quality. However, it does mean that the app had to buy the product. So, you know, at some point someone had to decide that it was worth buying. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think
And
it's
worth
good.
streaming, and the investment was worth it. So
Exactly. So
it somebody who's never seen any of it before comes across as like, oh, it's worth checking out.
exactly. Yeah. All right. So those are all our EP1s. Now we are on to what series ended. What are our finales? No spoilers in this part. We're just going to talk about our general thoughts. And Songbird, what's the first one?
Before we get started, I forgot to say whether Love You Teacher was binging or watching week to
yes,
week.
you're right. You're right.
Watch it week to week, obviously. That's what I'd say about that one.
Duh. I mean,
Duh. Just simply because if you start, all right, if you haven't started, maybe you could wait till it's binged. But if you have started, there's no way to wait.
Yeah. Also, I feel like it's going to be all over X, all over social media. So if you're active on social media at all, you're gonna get all the spoilers.
3 million on the first run, like the rest of the episodes, it's bound to go up.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, there it is. Okay, so finales, like you said, honest thoughts, no spoilers. Everybody in the live chat, what did you think? Is it worth watching? No spoilers. Who do you think might like this show? That's like the biggest question. All right. And we're going to start with Countdown to Yes, which ended today. I know that Gaga Ulala says it ends next week. They have like the little finale thread, but Beth so kindly pointed out to me that in the show itself, it said today was the finale and next week's like an afterthought. So next week looks super cute, guys. So, obviously watch it. But Countdown to Yes is a Japanese BL. It's on Gaga Ulala, obviously. Episodes are about 20 to 30 minutes long. There are 10 of them with one special episode coming next week. It is romance, it is friendship, it is drama. And honestly, the title says it all. Is Countdown to Yes. Like, yeah, the title says it all. That's the premise. The title says it all. The whole series is a countdown to yes, which means that this is a slow burn, ladies and gentlemen.
The slowest bird of all the slow birds.
So, I bet it is way better binged as like a long movie than it was trying to get through watching this week to week because, okay. Anyway, nevertheless, it had a really strong central plot thread running through it, and excellent acting, and yeah, I would say binge it. Anybody who really enjoys the longing, I see people on TikTok all the time saying how much they enjoy the series with the longing. This is one of those guys. If you like the looks, if you like the like, please kind of thing, puppy dog vibe, yeah, longing, then this one is for you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. There's one of the characters is supposed to be more kind of cool and composed and doesn't really express himself that much, and I really enjoyed watching him express like through his eyes and through like very small like facial expressions. I felt like it was just really cool to see him go through his journey because it was a little more nuanced in that way. And yeah, I felt like the acting was really strong throughout. Yes, the slow burn got frustrating at times. I was like, just when you just want to shake the character, but but it was honestly like a really cool what's the word? It was really cool to see how they navigated their feelings because they both started as close friends, and I felt like it was a very real situation that someone maybe would have gone through on their journey, because a lot of people have this question in their heart, like, but we're so close, do we want to cross that bridge? So I thought that the way that they handled that was really interesting.
It was, and honestly, slow burn. But in that kind of situation, I feel like the way it was handled makes more sense than some of the other ways I've seen it handled in a
Mhm.
lot of ways. But yes, yes. Also says it was too slow burning.
Mhm.
I mean, stuck at episode 5. Katie says haven't picked it back up yet.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
I will say, like, the last episode for me made the slow burn worth it. I was like,
Yeah.
it was just really well done, and I was like, oh, this is really cute. I don't know, but I understand why some people would have dropped it and or thought it was too slow burning, because she is a slow burn. But yeah, I I don't know. I liked it. I thought
I
that
think, yeah. I think if you watch it, like wait till the final episode comes out, or just like started Thursday night, and or no, sorry, today is Tuesday.
it's
Started Sunday night, started Sunday, and then like the final episode will drop on Monday night if you're over here. I think if you just watch it as a full movie, the slow burn wouldn't feel quite so slow burn anymore, right?
true. Yeah, I think if you watched it all at once, that it definitely wouldn't feel so slow burny. Especially because these are like those half-hour episodes, so you can
Yeah.
watch more, within a certain time frame. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway,
All
those
right.
are our thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
Um,
So
binge it.
the
Absolutely.
next one we have is Hard Nights. This was from Thailand. It is on the Vipa app, and or you can watch it on the browser. If you type in
Mhm.
Vipa, it's also there on the web.
It
Um,
it
there
is on the web, but I every single time I try to click on an episode, it says you're geo-blocked. So
Oh, interesting. I was watching it on the browser when I was watching it before, but maybe they've changed the settings, so I'd have to go back in and check. So, for some people,
it
maybe it'll be blocked.
it
Um,
is very much available on the app version of Vipa though.
Perfect. So the episodes, there's 16 episodes and they're about an hour long. Neither of us have actually finished it. We're both about at the same point, about episodes 5 or 6, but the episodes that we saw we really really liked. It's like
Yes.
romance, family drama. It's about, we've mentioned it a couple times on these lives, but it's about these two older gentlemen in their 50s, and they are at the 7-year mark in their relationship. So, we here call it like the 7-year itch. And so they're just dealing with like problems that you come across when you've been dating someone for 7 years. Like maybe there
Mhm.
are intimacy issues. Maybe there are, like they're like, oh, is the spark still here? What do we do with our jobs? Like maybe one person is, getting asked to work abroad, maybe, and just like real people problems. They also
Yes.
have some lovely representation of other queer characters, which was really
Mhm.
cool. And so obviously we don't know how it ends yet. I plan to finish watching it at some point, and hopefully I can update you all on it next week. But yeah, I just think that it was really well done, really high production quality, and the acting was really great. And so if you enjoy Old Man Yowie, as we call it, I would highly recommend.
And I am right there with you. It is the storytelling is excellent. I have to say, and each episode's, and I think that's probably why we're stuck on episode 5 or 6, because each episode's kind of self-contained in its own mini plot and
Mhm.
finishes. And so you don't feel the overwhelming urge to have to see the next one, but you know you're going to watch it eventually just because it's really beautifully done.
It
And the
is.
stories are lovely and strong queer representation, not just gay representation, and strong like teaching moments. I feel like there's a lot of teaching moments in this series about being queer at the end of the
Exactly.
day, done in
Yeah.
lovely ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone is watching Duong with You, Duong's father in that one is actually playing a queer character in Hard Nights. So it's kind of fun seeing him like switch like 180 and do
Right.
a different type of character. So if you're interested in that,
It's true. I've seen like a lot of these people playing these really nuanced queer characters in Hard Nights. I'm like, oh, that's that person's mom and that person's dad. And like, so we know all of these actors, guys. And yeah,
yes,
the production quality just blew me away. So is it worth the app? Yeah, actually, I think it is. The app is free and the sign up is free and the
Should do
production
it.
quality is high and it has English subtitles. All last time I checked, it was through episode 12. I'm sure it'll be all the way through episode 16 when they get around to it. Do it.
Do it. It's great.
It's
It's
great.
awesome. So please watch.
Absolutely. And we've only seen six episodes, but we can already say, yeah, watch it.
Yes, and we will update you the minute we finish it. I promise.
Absolutely. All right. So next, we have another show that like kind of surprised me a little bit in its production value for coming from least unknown to me production house from Cambodia, and that is Hello Love. It is, and it aired on YouTube. There are 5 episodes. The episodes are actually 20. Some are 20 minutes, some are close to 40 minutes. It depends on the episode. So I feel like they're just like, however long it takes to tell the story is what we're going to put into this episode. I feel like that's how they did that. It is romance, it is drama with a healthy dose of teaching in it. Not about queerness like Hard Nights, but rather about rice farming.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, the premise it's about the younger group. The premise is a group of college kids gets an assignment to explain rice agriculture in rural Cambodia, and then one of the main characters in that college group meets a local and develops feelings. Essentially, it's a pretty straightforward premise, but I feel like they did a great job of like highlighting the landscape and the atmosphere of rural Cambodia. So the cinematography was fun. The acting, I feel like you could tell they were new actors, but I feel like they did their best with it. And then it was a pretty good plot for 5 episodes. As far as storytelling goes, easy to follow, easy to navigate, no confusion. I enjoyed it. Yeah. And since it's only 5 episodes at 20 to 40 minutes long, it's totally worth checking out, I think. Especially if you're curious in like a touristy kind of way about Cambodia, which I believe is part of the reason it was put on.
Mm.
It was one of those tourist BLs. Yeah.
I love that though. I haven't had the chance to I've watched episode 1, but I haven't had the chance to finish it yet. But that's awesome. I always enjoy, I know some people think that they're cheesy, but I enjoy when they show like when it is like a touristy BL, they show like the area and stuff like that, because for some of us it really is like an area that we've never seen before and that we don't understand the culture. And so to see that in the show is actually really cool for me at least. Asil says, it was nice to see a Cambodian series that wasn't released on the Sastra film app. Oh, yeah, because I've seen that before. I especially enjoyed how they introduced Cambodia. So for fans who enjoy, yeah, exactly. For people who want to learn about new cultures, that's really cool. So
Yeah.
I will definitely be finishing it at some point, and hopefully more people find it.
Love it. Love it. And then last but not least.
Yeah, so not strictly a BL, but you know, our favorite boy dating show, His Man 4, ended this week. It is from South Korea. It is on iQIYI. There are 14 episodes, depending on what the episode is. It's like an hour or longer. But no spoilers. I will just say that someone does match at the end.
Okay, that's nice.
You can interpret that how you wish, but someone does match. I would say in general, this season for me, I feel like was a little more matter of fact than the previous seasons, because if anyone doesn't know, this is not really a spoiler. They do reveal it in maybe like episode 2. So I think it's okay to say, this season was a reshoot. So they shot the entire season, and then apparently there was some issue that happened with one of the cast members that was so bad that they could not edit it out. And so they had to reshoot the entire season. So they asked everyone who wanted to come back, and everyone came back except 2 slots. So 2 people were new, and the rest of them already knew each other from the previous shoot. So it was
Interesting.
very interesting because since a lot of them already knew each other, I felt like it was less like people almost were like, let's get down to business. You know, they were like, okay, we already did this before. Like, we are here to like get a person. So to some people, they thought it was more boring than other seasons. But I don't know. Personally, I enjoyed the characters. I thought that it was cool that everyone really was I felt like everyone really tried this season. Like everyone was really trying to do what to express themselves and to show their emotions and just to like really go for it. And so for me, I don't know, I enjoyed it. I thought it definitely has a different vibe. His Man Too is still my favorite. I just think these types of shows all depend on who they pick and their chemistry together, you know, because it's like some people are more introverted, some people are more extroverted. And of course, they always try to get a variety of people, but sometimes you're just not going to get like people who are really funny on camera, you know, like that's just how it is. And so I think for a lot of people, this season was a little more mellow, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ending. So yeah, I would recommend it. I don't know, but to each his own for this one. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
I don't know, with the dating reality shows, I tend to binge them, so I haven't even started that one. And I may watch it like on spring break or when I have more time, kind of thing.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of intriguing having people. It's almost like they got extra time to get to know people at the end of the day, right? Because normally you don't give very much time to get to know somebody and decide if you want to date them or not. So like they got almost a free pass at more time, which is it's kind of interesting to think about.
And it was also really interesting too because this isn't really a spoiler because I won't say who it was, but there were some people who got paired from that first shoot, but then things happened. So that we deal with that throughout the season, which I felt like added something really interesting to it, but it's definitely a thing because like, you know, yeah, I won't say anymore, but it was very interesting.
So curious now. Okay. So that was the end, everybody. We are at the end of our I guess regular broadcast. The one that is spoiler free is done.
Yes.
So if you have not seen or are not up to date on My Romance Scammer or episode 1 of Love You Teacher, you might want to avoid the spoilers today.
Yes.
So for those who haven't seen those, or I don't know, maybe just aren't interested in the spoiler section, have a good night.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're moving into all the spoilers, all the things. It's going to be super fun, hopefully, because I don't know. I pretty much crashed out over My Romance Scammer. So we can crash out together and like relive it all.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, Katie. So yeah, they redid the entire season. It is kind of crazy and amazing. Yeah. I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like if I did a whole show and they asked me like, "Hey, do you want to reshoot it?" It would be like, "Wow, I don't know. Like I just went through all that. Like do I really want to do it again?" You know? I don't know. It would be really interesting that situation.
Especially if you didn't find somebody the first time around, you're like, am I really going to find somebody the second time around when I didn't find them?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, because, you know, I'm sure that none of them knew who was going to come back. So it's like, oh, is it going to be worth it? Is it not? But yeah, it was really interesting. Thank you, Asel. Goodbye.
All right, let's get into it, shall we?
Okay.
All right, so should we start with Love You Teacher or My Romance Scammer? Which one suits your fancy?
Let's just do My Romance Scammer.
Oh, okay. All right. So, how many of you just really crashed out? Like I was like procrastinating even starting the show. I was like I was watching it with a group, but we were watching EMS Earth Mix Space. And I'm like, do you want to watch another one? Maybe let's just watch another one. Who needs to watch My Romance Scammer tonight after all?
Who needs to watch it? No one needs to watch it. No, everyone needs to watch it. It was
Absolutely.
It was so the moment that we were all waiting for was like so much more dramatic than I could have ever
Oh,
imagined.
I couldn't have even imagined. Oh my God.
Like, I thought that Bai was gonna find out somehow, of course, because I didn't think that Tim would expose himself. But the way that they did it with all the women coming to the freaking wedding, I was like,
my God.
oh my gosh. And she was not having it either. Like, because I guess I always assumed that that her name was Ari, like the one in charge.
Yes.
I always assumed that she knew that he was like a rent boy, sort of, that he would, like, you know what I mean? That he would be with other women for money. Like, I thought that she knew that. I thought she had kind of bought him. I didn't realize that, like, he was literally pretending to be an actual boyfriend to all of these people to get the money. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and then they literally trashed the wedding. They didn't just trash Tim and beat him up. They were like, let me trash this entire wedding. And I was like, oh my gosh.
And then Pai, I don't remember what it was a BP or P sound. But anyway.
I'm not sure.
Pai, we'll go with Pai. Him standing in the middle of the chaos with like the tears streaming down his face. Oh my God.
It was such a beautiful shot. It was so well done. It was like, Mark's acting, like, I just have to say, he broke my heart. Like, you could tell how devastated he was. Even with the confrontation later, like when Tim comes back, you could see he was like not having it. Like, he was done. He was like, I never want to see you again. Even Junior's soul looked like he was crushed. Like, his acting was so, like, just both their acting was just so beautiful in those moments. And I was like, oh.
I remember the hallway scene after he comes out talking to his grandfather, and at that point Tim had rushed back.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And like the way Junior threw his whole body into it.
Yes.
You know, not just his face, not just his, he just like, it was, oh my gosh, it was like,
no, like, he was not holding back. Both of them, like, they fully went into it, and I was like, these people are, man, it was phenomenal. I loved it. The only thing that I had an issue with was, I wish that, I just feel like, I know that Pai got disowned, and I know that he had nowhere else to go, but honestly, I had trouble believing that his character would use Tim for help at all in that moment. Like, I was like, I just don't think that he would cave and use. I feel like the Pai.
I don't think his like logic might override his emotion.
I don't know. To me, I feel like he's the kind of person that would like rather sleep on the street than take anything from Tim.
But he's got his like kid to think of.
Yeah, but he was fine. He could be with them and it'd be fine. I just felt like Pai wouldn't have done it for himself. I feel like he the way that they set him up in the story, it just felt to me like he would have been much more hardened, and like, I wanted to see like more fight from him, and like a longer period of time before he caved into Tim again, you know?
I don't think he's caved into Tim, but I do think that perhaps I guess we're having a mini argument here. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, hey, I love it.
I think perhaps that Pai. We're on Pai. Tim, screw Tim. Anyway, Pai, you know, he sees his young charge, which honestly, like, that family, who does that to a kid anyway? Like, because I don't see Pai as being particularly old, but he's been charged with his younger cousin, who's can't be more than a decade younger at the end of the day. I don't know exact ages from everybody, but it's not like, I think that family had played Pi super, super unjustly in general. Like, I can see why he kind of wanted out of his family. This is like a really shocking way to like get out of your family, but
yeah,
it's what he wanted anyway. But I think he sees North falling all lovey-dovey towards you again. Doesn't trust you, doesn't trust Tim, doesn't trust any of it, but by God, he's not going to let North be with these people by himself.
Okay. I can see that, where like he doesn't want North to be on the street. Yeah.
And he knows like North is just going to go with you. He sees North, he knows him well enough, I think. They're close enough that he's like, oh man, this kid is falling for this guy again. God, gosh darn it, he's falling for him again.
It's true.
No way I'm letting these two out of my sight with this, with my younger charge here. That's my thought on that. But I could be wrong. He is in shock.
That's
Tim
true.
love bombed him at the end, which was
it could be partially shocked. Katie says, okay, Tim's stupid fault for using the same hotel as his base for all the dates. Very true. It's the one thing he messed up on. Otherwise, Tim was pretty perfect in his lies.
Right. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah. The trashing of the wedding was so unfair and honestly just makes me hate the women. I mean, yeah, that's what I felt. I was like, it was an epic scene, but like, why are you guys mad at Pi and his family? Like, they didn't do anything.
Right.
But, DeLorean says, I like Pi accepting the help because they can't drag this out too much or too close to the end. Fair. But Pi has friends. Why did he not go stay with one of them? See, that's a question too. Like, okay, so, well, here's the thing. Maybe Pi probably didn't want to expose what happened to anyone because he wanted to, like, they even, like, shut down all the news on it and everything, too. Yeah. So, like, if he had asked for help from anyone else, it would have gotten out somehow and people would know and, like, his family's reputation would be ruined. Even though he's not part of the family anymore, he's, like, still thinking about the business, I'm sure. So I feel like, you know what, now I'm like kind of answering my own question. It's like maybe that's why he accepted Tim's help because he didn't want to sleep on the street, but he also didn't want, like, he knew he couldn't really go to anybody else for help either. So
it's possible. Man.
So many complicated emotions.
And then the geckos, made it impossible for him to stay at the one condo. Apparently.
Yeah. Oh, I know, the geckos. That scene was so cute when he like jumps on Junior. I was like, stop it.
But Pi's real estate friend was at the wedding, so he knew what happened. Here you go. We're arguing.
Oh, you're so right, Dorian. Oh my gosh. Questions. Okay, that's a loophole. That's kind of a loophole because you're right. He was there. He does know what happened.
So we have Pi, who even in his devastation tells his grandfather that he doesn't want to have charges pressed against Tim. And remember how he was with you when North was scammed.
Yeah,
he's like I'm gonna go learn how to shoot a gun.
Really?
So I think that maybe Pi, oh my gosh, Pi, obviously, maybe Pi still has feelings and this is part of the problem. You can't get rid of feelings real fast.
That's true. Also, like, oh my gosh, the preview that shows Junior or Tim, like, flipping characters, I was like, that scene's gonna kill me because it's literally gonna show Pi, like, this is me as your person you've known for like the last 2 or 3 years. And then this is me like actually being real. And I'm just like,
I can't wait to see Junior's acting in that scene though.
Me too. Like, it's going to be amazing.
I'd be like, yes, that is an actor. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I think the processing time for Pi is also, because he just refused. Tim refused to leave him alone, right? So
True. Yeah. He's not able to like cut him out. He's not able to get over him yet. Like he's he's
not
he's
able
at
to
Tim's
process
house
anything.
now. Like
No
okay.
processing time.
Yeah. Okay, I have to ask everyone here, Songbird and the audience included, did anyone else really, really want Pie to flip that whiteboard over and just see all the planning that Tim had done? Because I really wanted that to happen.
1000%. I'm like, flip that whiteboard over. Also in that scene where Tim ends up love bombing him, essentially, I wanted Tim to spill his guts. Like he barely brushed the surface of spilling his guts.
Yeah.
And he needed to just like blurt out the whole story in one go. I wanted him to like come clean in one go.
Yeah, like the whole thing, like the debt, the parents,
yes.
I wanted everything.
The whole freaking sob story. Let's bring it on.
Oh, Katie says I didn't. Oh, so funny. I was happy that we'd seen Tim remove it all. That's true. Tim did pull a lot of it off before that, like before he flipped it over. So that's true. It was, I don't know. I guess that was like the vindictive part of me. I was like, I want Pie to see what he did.
I mean, like, honestly, that whole thing, because it seemed to be coming around. Okay, it seemed to be coming around that that Tim's reveal of who he was going to be the finale for not the finale, but the climax for the story.
Oh, okay.
I thought for sure that the build up, the way the series was building up, that was going to be the climax. It turns out no, it's obviously not the climax for this story.
Yeah, because we still have a good amount of episodes to go.
Right, all the way through 12. This one doesn't have 10, it has 12. So we're just over halfway through the story. And so this was not the climax. Instead, we have an epic plot twist.
Right? Well,
that I didn't see coming at all. Like, from a storyteller's perspective, this plot twist was straight out of left field. I'm just like, wait a second, what? Like,
I know.
Like,
I feel like the debt collectors still have to come for Tim. I feel like that's going to be a big thing. Also, yes. I feel like Yu's mom is going to get involved somehow at some point because she's just like lurking in the background. I feel like she has to come like blow things up too. Excuse me.
Actually scam them in some way.
Or like
cause devastation somehow.
I mean, I guess none of them really have anything for her to scam off of at this point, but I just feel like she's going to come in and like, I don't know, like, because I feel like North still has to learn about like, well, I guess he did learn about how he grew up, but I don't know. I feel like he has to still meet the parents, you know?
It's true. And Tim is just at the bottom of his story arc right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's at the bottom of his character arc. He's hit the bottom, and now we have to watch him climb back out still. Mm-hmm. So now I'm thinking my new theory, and obviously we could be thrown for another loop because this series is literally unpredictable. Like, who knows? But I'm guessing that the actual weddings, the real weddings, the love, the weddings stemming from love from people who are real with each other is the climax for this show.
Oh, that would be cute. I could see that happening. And then maybe they all go to like run North's Bakery together or something.
That would be cute.
DeLorean says the grandfather cut them both off, but he should have only been able to cut off things under the business or family name. That's interesting. I mean, it sounded like, because he was like, oh, cut off all their credit cards and stuff. I guess maybe they only had like family credit cards. I don't really know how stuff works in Thailand. Like maybe for really rich people that have businesses, that's what they do. I don't know, but that is kind of a good point. Like you would think that Pai would have his own account.
Pai's money might all be tied up in that investment right now, that real estate investment.
That's
he might
true too.
Not have many liquid options at the moment.
Yeah, maybe that's also part of it. And to insist that Pai's own parents can't help Pai. Oh yeah, honestly, I'll be fair. Like I didn't know who they were. I didn't even realize they were Pie's parents. Like, have we seen them before in the show? And I just
Yeah,
forgot.
like over the dinner table and stuff like that.
Okay, because yeah, like they haven't even spoken words, so I just like didn't realize who they were, and I was like, is that really his parents? Like that they just why are they being so dumb and like you said, wimpy? I'm like, what's going on? But
The four
yeah,
main characters running a harmless scam somehow, DeLorean. Okay.
okay, I love
That's
this.
an interesting climax to this story too. That would be a really like twist.
Yeah, I'm like, I want them to scam Yu's mother somehow. Honestly, I want them to get one over on her because she's awful. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
But they're gonna have to like, cause Tim's debt is gonna have to be cleared somehow if we're gonna have our happy ending that we're expecting. Like,
That's true.
and I don't know, like, no one has any money right now, so I don't know how that's gonna happen.
How
So,
are they going to clear the debt?
right? Like, what's gonna happen?
Save the house.
Like, what is gonna happen? Katie says, yeah, they should have their own bank accounts at the very least. That's a really good point to bring up. I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe the novel has some of these answers they just haven't put in the series, or maybe it's just a loophole that, you know, hasn't really been discussed. Not sure, but
All right.
you know,
one other thing before we move on to Love You Teacher. The costumes in that wedding.
oh, they were so pretty. I loved whatever, like the suit jackets that Junior and Mark were wearing, like they were both different cuts, and I just thought they looked really handsome in them. I was like, I enjoyed the costumes of that.
Yeah, it was that. I mean, I just had to mention it because man, oh man, it was so beautiful, intricate, like very well done. I'm just like, dang, that was so impressive.
I know, and then it all got ruined. It was so sad.
It did, and they look so pretty. Did you notice that they signed the freaking wedding certificate though? Those two dudes are married.
I know. Oh, like for real. Like they're married for real because they signed a marriage certificate, right?
Yeah. It's like, oops.
But they probably signed their characters' names, I would assume. So like maybe not real. I don't know.
Well, no, I meant like real in the series. Like
no, of course.
You know, like it's hard to we learned from you and North that it's a little bit more challenging to get a divorce in Thailand.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, they are technically legally married now. So I don't even know. Yeah. That'll be really interesting moving forward. Maybe that's another reason why. Well, because Pi did say he didn't want to see him again. But yeah, I don't know. I think Pi was just confused. There's a lot going on. He's still in love. He was just like, okay, let me just have a bed.
I need to think about this. I need a processing time. Gosh darn it.
Seriously.
Because like for a year, Tim was taking care of him, and clearly his family doesn't take care of him.
Exactly.
He's the caretaker.
Yeah, like he has to be strong for everyone else. But with Tim, he was actually allowed to be weak. And he even said that. They had that line where Tim was like, you don't have to be strong in front of me. Like, can you just like be, you know, like break down for once? And, you know, that moment was so good too, because you could see that Pi wanted to, but he was like, how dare you say that to me after everything that just happened, and have like, clearly I don't trust you anymore and I can't break down in front of you. You know what I mean? I was like there were all those emotions going on in that scene. I was just like, oh, I loved it.
That's fair, DeLorean, because they signed the paperwork, but that doesn't necessarily mean it got filed. That's fair.
Oh, you're so right. Like, I guess, who has the paperwork? Has it been filed? Did it get ripped up in the chaos? Do we know?
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, man, we were on that for such a long time. Do we even have time for Love You Teacher? All right.
I mean, yeah. Well, maybe we can just do like a quick thing because sure. I mean, it was so good.
True. All right. Quick thing. We have let's see. Favorite characters. Let's start there.
Oof. I really, really, normally I'm a Santa girl. I mean, I love Perth too, but I just really adore Santa. But I was like, at least in this episode, I was like, Perth and playing Pope Meg was like so good to me, because I feel like Perth always plays some sort of cool character. He's always like cool and confident, and like even if he's a little, you know, even if he's not as confident, like maybe his character in Love by Chance, but even in Love by Chance, he was a baby in that, but he was like, you know, this cool confident person, and Pope Mick is like a nerd and a little dorky and like not
true.
Like I mean, he's, you know, for lack of a better term, he's a loser in this one, you know, and he's someone who people can't rely on. And so to see him, but I felt like he still fit the role, like to see him play this part where he's like always second best and just kind of goes through life. And like what I was seeing, you know, they had Solar, like, you know, making his breakfast and putting out his clothes and like giving him all these notes, and, like helping him wake up and like doing his whole life. I'm like, that's so real in a couple and in a pairing, especially with this type of character, you know, with this type of person, like he would need that. And just to watch him when Solar went to the hospital, and when the whole scene after he gets back from the hospital and he's son, and like you can tell that Pope Mick has no idea what to do and how to handle him, and he already doesn't know how to deal with children, and he's like looking at his boyfriend like acting like this, and like his soul crushing eyes when he was talking to his mom on the phone, and like I fell in love with that character of like, and I saw so many people commenting on X about being like, this is me, like this is what did someone say? There was someone said like the point of view of someone where you have accepted that you're not good at anything in life, and so you have no dreams and no expectations, and you have just accepted that you're never going to get anywhere and like all this stuff. And I was like, that's so real and something that so many people go through on a day-to-day basis. And I just, I fell in love with his character and how Perth portrayed him.
It's true. And like, yeah, it's adult Solar was basically, the caretaker of the house. The person in charge, the one, and then Paul Beck is like literally thrown into the situation mid episode, and like, I don't know, it is I think possibly like the main like character development arc will be his. More than likely.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I feel like he's definitely going to go through the biggest journey. So yeah, I'm like, the way that it started though, it started with him like,
right.
They teased us because it showed him looking at the empty seat in the audience, and I was like, tell me that he died and I'm gonna cry my eyes out. But then they showed him later be like off to the side of the stage.
Right, yeah.
Okay, he's not dead. I was like, how dare you do that to me?
Katie says, I wonder when Solar changed his nickname from Sun to that is a very good question.
Yeah.
Obviously somewhere in childhood, because by the time he was in college, he was already the new name.
Yes, no, that's so true. And Katie said, DeLorean says on the fence about watching. Okay, I'm curious. What would push you over the fence, DeLorean?
Absolutely. I had a whole friend group. I was like, well, we could watch Love You Teacher today. They're like, no, we're not really. Kind of gives us the ick a little bit. The idea of the 7-year-old reversion and like the fact that they're boyfriends.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but I guarantee you, like, granted, I it's not like I'm in the director's head, but I can guarantee you that there's not going to be any romantic inclinations between when the boyfriend is 7 years old mentally and when he's not, you know, I mean, and like, you can just tell the way that Son, the 7-year-old, is going to interact with Pope Mick is just going to be so completely different. Like, Pope Mick is not going to be able to feel that way about him, you know, like,
and honestly,
it's not going to happen.
This is in part, at least, a testament to Santa's and Perth's acting skills. They're able to delete the chemistry.
Exactly. Like I felt zero chemistry between them when
Yeah, me
Santa was
neither.
his son. And I feel like also like the director would know that that is ick and would not show it, at least in my opinion. Like
Me too.
obviously,
Absolutely.
you know, and you know, and obviously to each his own, everyone has their own thing that they don't like or
Mhm.
don't, you
Yeah,
know, but
absolutely.
I think that this story is not going to go in that direction. It's more about somebody who's going through like a sort of amnesia aspect. I mean, a lot of people go
Mhm.
through this. Like there are people commenting on YouTube being like, this is how me and my wife live all the time. Like
Oh, wow.
my wife thinks that she is, you know, she had an accident and she thinks that she's 13 most days and blah 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 blah. And so like there are people who deal with this in real life.
Yeah.
And I mean, if that's ick to you, then like it is what it is. But there are some people who got married and then stuff happens. And so
Mhm.
you have to decide like, are you still going to take care of this person that you committed yourself to? Or are you going to feel weird because, oh, now they're like a child in their head, you know? So
Right.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it is what it is, but that is my defense of the series.
I'm along the same lines as you are in this particular case, and it's a testament to the actors and the team and the fact that like they're so well able to pull it off. Um, that it's perfectly delineated. It's really brilliantly put together.
Yeah, Katie, I feel like also the same thing. I think something's gonna happen where he'll be adult Solar forever. So for DeLorean, like, yeah, maybe that's what the happy ending will be. Um, oh, I didn't watch I Love a Lot About You. I wanted to. I thought it looked really interesting, but I
Mm,
see they kind of just fixed her at the end. That is sort of unrealistic.
it is.
Well, it's possible that, I mean, these stories kind of go a couple different ways. Like, sometimes they go through another traumatic event and then they go back to normal, quote unquote, or sometimes they're able to get some sort of treatment and it goes away.
With
Um,
with like a hit to the head, with like a physical trauma, sometimes it's just healing the brain too. It's just time.
yeah, exactly. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how they do it, but I don't know. I guess maybe I just have too much trust right now, but I feel like the director did a really good job with Peaceful Property and I just think that
Oh yeah.
he really loves this story and I feel like he wouldn't give it some sort of weird unrealistic ending in my opinion. And maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I think that we will get something that will make sense in the reality. But that's just my, you know, my hope.
I think so too. And at least it's a little easier because time can heal brain trauma, unlike multiple personalities, which takes a lot of work.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like amnesia, memory loss stuff can sometimes heal, whereas yeah, like you said, multiple personalities is a whole different scenario.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I feel like I trust the director in that aspect where I
Mhm.
think that he'll give us a decent ending. But yeah, I'm really curious to see like how I mean how it all goes because EP1 was so intense. I'm like,
It
man.
was.
Also, can we just talk about how funny the staring contest scene was? Like I literally couldn't handle it.
Wait, was over mopping the floor, wasn't it? And I was
Yes,
just like,
totally.
obviously you sweep first. You don't mop the who mops the floor first?
Right? I was
It's
like,
more
what are you
horrible.
doing, sir? Okay, so here's a question for the audience. Do you sweep first or do you mop first? I always sweep first.
Obviously, because then you're just sticking the dirt into the floor if you haven't swept first. It's not like you mop the dirt away. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I don't know. There are people who are taught different things. Who knows? That was just really funny to me. And then you could tell that like Santa and Perth both broke character, but like they made it work in the scene, which is really funny. I just like it's so cute seeing them play comedy because neither of them have done it before, really. And
True.
so it's a fun I get the feeling that of course they probably would have wanted a different type of script, but they both really put their all into it anyways, and I think that
Mhm.
it definitely stretched them because playing comedy and playing a different genre than what you're used to will definitely like improve your acting in a lot of ways. So I think it's good for them. It's just funny to see
Absolutely.
them in this genre.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we have anything else?
Oh, did you say who your favorite character was? Like, is it also Pope Meg?
Man, I thought we'd just like, I don't know, forget that I hadn't said anything yet.
We can forget. I mean,
No, I just really admired Santa's acting. So I'm gonna go with Solar and Sun combo.
Okay.
Because dang, he did a great job of switching personalities. Like that was in everything, not just what he said.
Yeah, his whole physicality changed. Like, I literally felt like he was a different person.
Right? It was pretty breathtaking actually. So just for the acting alone, it's worth checking out, really, at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
DeLorean, if you want to wait until the end, we can tell you if it's an HEA or not, and then you can go from there and decide if you want to watch it.
That's true. Yeah, we can give you all the tea. I think even though this might be a different genre for Perth and Santa, like I think it's really gonna show off their acting. Just being from episode 1, I think that it's gonna really get a lot of people interested in them and hopefully give them some more opportunities. So I'm really excited.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, be sure to join us live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST. Also, we are watching episode 3 of Only Friends tonight. It seems like it takes us about a week to get an episode out, so expect that early next week.
Yes,
episode 2
our reaction to EP1 and EP2 are out already, so please enjoy those.
Absolutely. We're getting the hang of things and slowly moving into a nice rhythm with our reaction videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy that.
Yes. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us and chatting. Today we had some really lovely discussions. I love it. I love when, talk back and forth and kind of discuss some points. So thank you.
Turned into a little like friendly debate, which was really fun.
Exactly. And it's one of my favorite things about BL because as long as like everyone is open and just chatting, like it's so fun seeing people's different opinions because we all have different perspectives and I don't know.
Absolutely. Love it. All right. Until next time, everybody, have a great week. Bye.
Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.